Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, we have the Samsung TV in the background, which is my Samsung TV, and of course the latest TV in terms of the Tizen OS. And today I'm going to show you how to hook up your um, MacBook. So here I have a MacBook Air. Doesn't matter if it's a MacBook Pro, MacBook Neo, it will all work. So you're going to connect this to the TV. Now, do note, in order to hook these up, there's only two ports here, and these are two USB-C ports. They're used for charging, they're used for displays as well. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a cable like this that does USB-C to HDMI, or you'll need a cable that is already HDMI. So this is HDMI, and you'll need one end to be full HDMI and the other to be USB-C, or if you have a converter that can convert HDMI to USB-C, you'll connect it here and connect it up. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to use this particular cable here, which is should be compatible. So we're going to connect this up to the TV. Alright guys, so I'm going to hook this up to the TV and I'll keep the video running because the connection is instant. So to the back of the TV I'm going to connect up the HDMI. Give me a second. Alright, so the HDMI goes into the HDMI port at the back. Alright, and here we have the other end. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wake up the Mac. Sorry about that. So we're going to go ahead and wake up the Mac. Alright, so the Mac is awoken. In the background you have the Samsung TV. So I'm going to hook this up to a port. There are two ports. I'm going to place it in the uppermost one. Sorry about that. Let me try to show you as best as possible. And we're going to place this all the way in. It should work. So different cables will have different effects. So what you want to do is to make sure that it's a compatible cable. So as you see here, it's connected. Now on the Mac, you may not see anything. Sometimes what the TV will do, it will switch. Just in case it doesn't switch, you're going to go here. So you can either use sources. So you can click the sources button and you're going to switch to HDMI. So for example here, you can see in my recent there, it's connected. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move over and I'm going to select the on the TV, the HDMI one. So there it is. So all I got to do is select that. And as I said, it's the same thing as source. So if I keep, for example, I'm using HDMI one through the cable here, and if I click sources, it will do the same thing. But for ease of use, I'm just going to simply select the Mac. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so I've selected the Mac because the sensor is there and it's been blocked. And as you can see in the background, it has now duplicated the displays, so it's extended it. So if I move to my right, yes, to my right on here, it will appear over here. So there's a cursor. So what I can do here is place stuff over on to this display. So if I come back, it will be here. Alright, so it's very easy. And let me show you again on the TV. So if I hit home on the TV, sorry, it will go back home. Let's do it by source. So if I hit source, it will switch to the first source, which is, as you can see, let me move this back, is HDMI 1. And it shows HDMI 1 is connected, which is the same thing. So I'm going to connect through HDMI 1 so I can always select HDMI 1, as you can see. So if I select, as you see the resolution, and it says HDMI 1, although it's way up there, you couldn't see it because it's off screen. All right, so it does work. All right, so another thing, guys, is that you may want to control your secondary monitor. It's very easy, similar to on other setups. So you're going to click the app logo. You're going to go to system settings. Give it a second, it will load. Next, you're going to go to the display. And there you go. So it's now showing display. And as you can see there, it detects a Samsung TV. So it says a built-in display and a Samsung TV. So it knows the exact display. You can do extend display or mirror for Samsung. So in case you want to change the settings, it's very easy. So do you want to use the main display as this one or extend? So if you want, you'd have to drag everything over to that side when you're playing, but you can do the mirror effect or extend. So extend means it will use this as an extension of itself, similar to what's happening now. And let's look at mirror. All right, so give it a second to adjust. There you go. So it's now doing mirroring, meaning whatever is on this one is over on that one. We could even move this back a bit so you can actually see better, or you can focus on the secondary display. So as you can see here, everything is okay. And if I close, there you go. So you can actually do adjustments from here. And just in case also, if you want to get back to the settings, you can use the main display here. Go to system settings. Once you're in system settings, again, you can go back to this, where is it? Display. And of course, optimize here it's for Samsung. And you can mess around with the settings. So it says you can choose the main display. You can even mess with the resolution in case it's too high or you do not like how it's shown. You can change that. And of course, the color profile and everything here. And you can simply arrange or go into advanced, do night shift. So you can go into some of the more advanced options. And I'm going to hit done here. And it's quite easy, guys. All you got to do is just hook it up and you can play around the settings and tweak the settings until they're more to your liking. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Now you can actually use your Mac as a screen. In case you want one of these cables, you can buy them on Amazon, or of course, I'll put a link below. You don't have to use my link. However, if you want to support, you can actually use that link. Alright, so when you're finished, it's as easy as you started. So simply go ahead and unplug the cable. And of course, once you unplug the cable, the TV is going to try to find a signal once again. You can close down the Mac. There you go. And all you gotta do is go back home on the TV. There you go. So once you go back home, it should be back to normal. Hope that was useful. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.